made with 100% carnivore ingredients. It's so easy to make, but here's the big question. Does it actually taste good? Today, I'm putting this carnivore cake to the test. Hey compassionate carnivores, in today's video, I'm showing you how to make carnivore cake. I'm putting Kelly Hogan's Oopsie cake recipe to the test to see if it actually tastes good. Let me just say this, I'll do me and you do you. I know some people are going to get upset and say, why are you recreating standard American diet foods? You don't need cake on carnivore. Well, why'd you click this video then? But for the people who still want sweet treats while eating healthy, avoiding sugars, dyes, a bunch of carbs, horrible ingredients, this cake is made with 100% carnivore ingredients. No sugar, no grains, no junk. But the big question is, does it actually taste good? You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe as it really helps you to push my videos out and may inspire others. Okay, on to the video. Here's everything you'll need to make this carnivore cake. First, you'll need eggs. Eggs are the base of this recipe and what gives the cake its structure and fluffiness. Next is cream cheese, which adds flavor and helps keep the cake soft instead of dry. Then you'll need heavy whipping cream, which we'll whip up later to make the frosting. You'll also need a little cream of tartar. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it helps the egg whites stiffen up. If you've ever struggled getting egg whites fluffy, this really helps. And just a pinch of salt to bring out the flavor. Now, if you're not strict carnivore, you can add things like zero sugar sweeteners, monk fruit sweetener, vanilla extract, or whatever you'd like to add a little sweetness. I'll let you know exactly when to add those in if you decide to use them. As far as tools, nothing fancy. You'll just need a couple large bowls, a mixer or hand mixer, a spatula for folding everything together. I have this egg separator, it saves so much time, and 2 cake pans. First, go ahead and preheat your oven to 300 degrees so it's ready once our batter is done. Now we're going to separate 8 large eggs, putting the whites in one bowl and the yolks in another. Just be careful not to get any yolks into the whites or it won't whip properly. I accidentally spilled a little bit of yolk in it, so I just used a spoon to fish it out as best as I could. Cold eggs separate easier, so if your eggs just came out the fridge, that actually really helps here. Another quick tip, I got this egg separator tool on Amazon for like $3. I'll link it down below if you're interested. It has been a total game changer and makes this part way easier. Now, in the bowl with your egg whites, add 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar, then start whipping them on high speed. This usually takes a few minutes, but what you're looking for is stiff peaks. Right here, I was testing to see if it was done, but it was not, so I whipped it up even more, and then I flipped it over again, and it didn't spill out, so I knew that one was done. And then I repeated the step again because I am making 2 cakes. My first cake is 100% carnivore, and my second cake is a keto cake. Oops, it splattered everywhere. Sorry, Mom. Just kidding, don't worry, I cleaned it all up. Quick interruption. My sister Katie and I work really hard on our small business, CompassionateCarnivore.store, where we hand make 100% natural tallow-based products. If you'd like to support us, you can use code TALLOW15 for 15% off your order, plus 2 free lip balms. Now let's move to the yolks. Add room temperature softened 8-ounce cream cheese. I got it all over my hands, so I had to rinse it off. Now you're going to add a pinch of salt to your yolks. For my keto cake, I am adding a splash of vanilla extract and a splash of zero sugar vanilla syrup. This is going to make it really sweet and give the cake flavor. Now mix until mostly smooth. It only takes about a minute. Next comes the most important part. We're going to gently combine the yolk mixture into the egg whites. Add a little at a time and slowly fold it in using a spatula. You want to keep as much air in the mixture as possible. Don't rush this step or stir aggressively or your cake can turn dense instead of fluffy. Fold gently. We're making cake, not scrambled eggs. Once everything is combined, you're going to pour it into your cake pans. I like to sprinkle a little bit of water onto it so that the parchment paper sticks to it, but it actually didn't do a good job. So I tried to pat it down as best as I could, and then once I put the mixture on it, it weighted it down and is perfect. You could also just use beef tallow or butter, but I wanted it to turn out perfectly, and I was afraid of it sticking to the pan, which always happens, so I used parchment paper to be safe. Then I cut the sides a little bit, and then I lightly tapped it over and over again so that I could make sure it goes all around my cake pan. Then I put it in the oven for about 25 minutes. While that was in the oven, I repeated the same steps for my keto cake. Hopefully my family's watching this. Look at that! I'm cleaning out my dishes. So easy. My family always leaves it in the sink and then it gets hardened and it's horrible to clean. This is what they look like in the oven. My 25-minute timer went off, so I poked it with a fork to see if it was cooked all the way, and it looked good. So I pulled it out, but I wanted it to be more brown, so I put it in for 5 more minutes. Here's a cute video of our cats play fighting. They're so cute. See, look at that. It comes right out of the pan. And then I just added parchment paper and put them back in the oven. Look how fluffy this is. I don't have a cake stand, so I got creative and I took a bowl in this platter, and now I made my own cake stand, and it actually spins, so it makes it really easy to frost it. Make sure your cake is all the way cool before putting your frosting on. Now we're making the frosting. Heavy whipping cream is definitely not one of the best things for you, so you want to have this cake every once in a while, not all the time. I did 32 ounces, and then you just mix it over and over again until it gets nice and fluffy. Now carefully frost your cake. You want to do it very gently. This really helps to have it on the bowl because you can go like this and kind of just move it around. I'm trying to put a lot on to this part so that it'll be a filling and be nice and thick. I just took these ones out of the oven. They smell delicious, like vanilla cake. They're so fluffy. Look at that one. This one's so fluffy. Look how beautiful this cake looks like. If you're keto, you could definitely add some berries or strawberries on it. So simple and easy to make. Right here, I'm making my keto frosting. I put in some vanilla extract and 0 sugar vanilla syrup. Look at that. This one is my 100% carnivore cake. I'm excited to see if it's going to taste eggy or anything because it's literally eggs, cream cheese, and heavy cream. But that looks absolutely beautiful. It's so spongy and fluffy. It looks delicious. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. Does it actually taste good? Okay, so honestly, it doesn't really taste like anything to me at all, but the texture, oh my goodness. It's so soft and fluffy. It kind of like melts in my mouth. But it doesn't taste eggy to me. However, I think it's because I did so much frosting. All I'm tasting is the heavy cream. Yeah, it doesn't taste like anything at all to me at all. It's not horrible though. I think that if you're 100% carnivore, you'd really enjoy this if you hadn't had sugar in a while. It's just fluffy and the texture is amazing. However, it doesn't really taste like anything. If you're starting off carnivore, I don't know if you would enjoy this. I'm going to rate this a 7 out of 10. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's not horrible. I would enjoy it every once in a while. This is the keto-ish one. It dropped on the counter, so it kind of looks like a flat pancake, but this is how it looks. It looks like a banana pudding cake. Look at that. I have the vanilla sugar-free syrup every once in a while. I'm so excited to try this. I did a little bit of vanilla extract in it. So fluffy, spongy, I don't know. This tastes just like a vanilla cake, like a plain vanilla cake. Wow, that is so delicious. Now, it's the same texture and everything, it just tastes like vanilla. It actually has some flavor to it. I'm gonna rate this one a 10 out of 10. It's so simple, easy to make. It's absolutely delicious. Well, that is how you make carnivore and keto-ish cake. So simple and easy to make. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe as it really helps YouTube push my videos out and may inspire others. I wish you all the very best today and always. Bye. Beep.